Christ, Yeshua was like the blueprint of man, right? So like I believe Yeshua never sinned, so he never really experienced shame. You know, he never experienced the fruit of ignorance. He never really experienced the fruit of like when I say the fruit, I mean like when I say like the fruit of shame, I mean like what comes with shame? You feel lack, you feel less than, you're always comparing, you feel like you need validation because like you feel terrible about yourself, so you need other people to tell you this and that. But when I see like the blueprint of Christ, right? He moved in authority. He knew that he was the son of Yahweh. He knew his calling and his path. You know, he would say really like out there things that they're actually like that like baffled these people with these very I would say that he baffled these people that had a very logical way of viewing life, you know? And so like inside of that blueprint, the way that he was thinking, right, is a picture of the Christ consciousness, right? But like how do we like actually wear that? What does it look like us like embodying that? Well, you're gonna have to believe things like, hey, we were actually like united with him, you know? Not only did he like die for our sins, but at the same time he said like, hey, no, listen, like I live in you. What does that even mean, you know? So like now like you, but at the same time like the working out your salvation is actually gonna look like I have to like renew my mind and think accordingly about this situation, about this perspective. When I hear like this traumatic news article that is like, oh man, that is all based in fear and like holy shit, we're being taken advantage of and like all these different things, like I should have these alarm system goes off like, no, like I actually live in like this like redeemed world, you know, this world that is continuously being redeemed, you know. And inside of that, I think we're gonna get an idea of what the Christ consciousness is, right? And like for me personally, what the Christ consciousness is like, yeah, it's based in perspective. It's based in it's based in like operating with this sovereignty, like the idea of being the son of Yahweh is like, hey, dude, like no man has anything on me. You know what I mean? Like that, like what the gift of Yahweh in me is untouchable by any man or any plot of any man. You know. So like now we're starting to create this like this consciousness around this, you know. The consciousness is like this. I'm not really identifying with being human. I'm identifying with being Christ, you know. I'm identifying with being more than just a human and reactive to like my surroundings, you know. Like the whole idea of being sons of God gives me the permission to create now. You know what I mean? I'm not just like operating in the world that was built before I came. I'm creating and I'm extending I'm extending like I'm extending the kingdom of heaven that is actually within me into the world, and I'm only seeing that being extended, right? So then, like, as the more you take on those that mindset and those ideals, like you will see this fallen world to start to conform into the likeness of a new earth, a garden of Eden, you know, like because like the idea of Yeshua is like he's redeeming all things to himself, you know. And if we're Christ and we're operating out of that, which the Bible gives us all of these like these breadcrumbs to try to make us understand that we're actually united with Christ, you know. It gives us like this marital language, you know. And all of these ideas are meant to like really create this Christ consciousness, you know. There's like, yeah, like when I was a kid, the people say, yeah, God is in you, God is in your heart now, you know. But what does that mean? Like what is the new perspective because of that? You know, how does my dream change because of that reality? You know, and that's where the Christ consciousness starts to almost like create itself in a way. So that's kind of what it is for me. But yeah, it's just like a permission slip to operate outside of all of these human constructs, you know? Those constructs being religion, those constructs being morality, those constructs being what? Ethical issues? Because like the thing about it is like without the Christ consciousness, like we're gonna run into all of these walls. Like when Jesus was actually living, he was running into all of these systems, you know? And he had to like literally like aggressively attack these systems. Like there's no like ignoring them, you know? And so Jesus would like what go to the temple and flip tables, or he would call out the Pharisees and Sadducees like, you vipers, you know, woe to you, you know? And like yeah, I don't know. Like so therefore like yeah, I mean that's kinda where like I was going with that. Do you have anything that you want to add on to that?
Definitely. It has an opinion.
Yeah.